Hi and welcome to my Wednesday video. Now today we're going to be talking about how to train for an interview. Now this is a request from Ted. Ted, I hope you like this one. It's for you. Mwah! But first, my name is Margret Atladottir and I am the founder of Mindset Mastery Living, and I serve people that want to take control of their lives. Welcome back. Now, haven't we all been there? Like dreading for that interview. If you really want the job or you really need the job. So, I'm gonna give you 3 great tips. My first one is to actually make a script for yourself. Now, do some work with that. Write down questions that they might ask you. You can Google that and just see what are like common questions in an interview. And then you answer these questions, and it's, write it like it's a little play. And then you can practice it. It's like training yourself, right? You practice this, but you can't just read through it in your mind. It doesn't work. You have to do it like a little play, okay? You have to say it out loud. You can do it alone. You can do it in front of a mirror, watch your body language and your facial expressions and things like that. Or you can actually film yourself and then look at it. That's a scary one, right? But it's a good one as well. If you do have somebody around, ask that person to be, the interviewer, and then you make it as real as possible. My tip number 2, do your research. Research the company. Google it. Read everything on the homepage. Write down questions that you think are interesting and are relevant, right? And if there is some kind of a space for this, you will feel that in the interview, then you can ask some of these questions. Now, this is such a great tool because people love to talk about themselves. We know that. But more, they love to talk about their passion. My tip number 3 is to handle your nerves. Now, it's often that you feel so nervous that you're not just sweating, but you're like shaking inside. It's like, your hands like inside they're shaking, and your voice shaking, and everything is just shaking. I know you've been there. We've all been there. Now, we need to handle this, right? What happens is that it's like total chaos out there, and you don't know, where to start. Everything that you've done before, like, you've done your studies of the company, you have practiced your answers, and you just feel like it's for nothing. You forgot everything. It's like a black hole, right? It's total chaos. There's no structure there. Now, you need to get grounded, right? Because when you do, you're calm. It's called grounded. When you're calm, this becomes much clearer, and you get a little bit better structure, and you see your choices better when you're calm. Now, how do you get calm in a situation like that? I'll tell you. The best tool ever in life is to breathe. But you do need to breathe correctly. If you're breathing up here, going like, your shoulders are going up, and when you breathe in, your stomach is going in. And when you breathe out, your stomach is going out. See if you do that. If you take a really deep breath, see where it's going. Now I'm going to tell you one thing. That is not the way to breathe. Okay, so when you're up here, you're nervous, you're stressed out, you're scared, and you don't want to be there, and it's total chaos up there. So you need to come down, you need to be calm. And you do that by breathing in, and your stomach goes out. And then you breathe out, and your stomach goes in. Now, when you sleep, you do this correctly. Often, I think when you sit as well, you do this automatically correctly when you don't think about it. But somewhere between like 10 and 12, we start doing it other way around. And this has a lot to do with, we're getting a little bit older, we're getting a little grown up, and we got responsibilities, and they can be positive and negative. And there's a lot of things happening in school. There's more on our shoulders. We are more stressed and things like that. And then we just start breathing wrongly. And now you need to take back how you were breathing when you were born. Now, to get down, to be calm, you need to take a deep breath, and your stomach goes out, and breathe out, and your stomach goes in. Now, this has to be a tool that you can use, right? So you have to practice. It's like practicing a muscle. So I would like you to start practicing when you are going to bed at night. So when you lay down, you can't breathe like that, okay? So you put your hands right below your belly button, and you breathe like 10 times every night for at least a week. And then the next step is actually breathing during the day. You can put your alarm clock on your phone or something. It says breathing once or twice or 3 times a day, because you want to have a strong muscle when it really, when you really have to use it. And interviews are a typical situation where you really want to use it, right? So you need to, you need to have a strong muscle there so you can use it in a situation that you kind of feel are threatening. Well, that's it. You got yourself some homework. So I'm going to say thank you so much for tuning in. I will love some new topics, and that you subscribe to my channel on YouTube, of course. You can send me topics here on YouTube, on Facebook, or on Instagram. It's all Mindset Mastery Living. And I promise you that I will give you 3 great tips. And that's all for me today. Thank you guys for tuning in. And remember, you got this!